guys, welcome back to another video. It has been a little while since I've sat down and filmed for you guys, but thought I still haven't shared with you guys how we told friends and family that we're pregnant, so I thought why not do that one for you guys today. This video is coming a little bit late as we told people well and truly a couple months ago, and we are now at almost 26 weeks pregnant, and we started telling people at around 8-9 weeks. So it has been a little while, so it's not all fresh in my mind, but I do have some footage of us telling particular people, and I can also just tell you about it myself. So we told only a few people that we were trying to fall pregnant, so it made sense for some of those select people to be the first to find out when we found out. Of course, we kept it to ourselves for quite a few days to let it sink in and so that we could kind of enjoy the moment. I don't think we told anyone until after I'd gotten a blood test to confirm the pregnancy. So the first person I told was my neighbour Steph, who was already pregnant, and we'd both been trying to fall pregnant pretty much for the same period of time. So I'll show you the footage of me telling her. I apologise for the cup that's in the way. I forgot to move it, I was distracted, but I'll show you that now.
I've known for a few days. Oh, I had to see you.
This makes me so excited. Oh, congratulations, darling. I'm so happy for you. Oh.
So obviously Steph was really excited, and I was really excited. I was actually still feeling okay at this point in time, so I could properly share the excitement with her. After that, Sean told his best mate Lewis, who was also the best man in our wedding that just recently happened. It was actually really sweet. He told him through a video game that they were playing, because they spend a lot of time talking to each other while playing video games on the computer. So he told his best mate over a video game, and that was an exciting thing for him to share, and was the first person that he'd told as well. After telling one person each, we decided that we would wait to tell more people until we've told immediate family. So that's what we did next. We went up to Sean's parents' place, and we didn't plan on telling them this specific weekend, but we just kind of couldn't keep it in anymore. I was struggling with my eating and feeling nauseous all the time, so we thought we better tell them. So it was a Sunday morning, and we were just sitting outside and we were talking about the wedding with them, and we were talking about my wedding dress, because Sean's mum was kind of asking, oh, have you gotten it altered yet? What's the go with it? And Sean, in the fashion that he wanted to do it, he was like, oh, you know, she might need another dress. And so from there, it was pretty much a guessing game for his poor parents. They were like, is there something you're not telling us? I'll show you the footage now. You can't really see them because it was really hard to film them without it being super obvious. But watch that. Sitting at home in the wardrobe.
So I've seen
We're ready to go.
Oh, jeez.
Hmm.
Might be a different dress.
Yeah, it might have to be a different dress.
You haven't found anyone that can help you out with it?
No, not that.
Are you not telling us something?
That's what I'm hearing, Dale.
That's what I'm hearing
reading
something too,
between lines.
because I haven't.
Is that you? What?
It might be a different dress.
Yeah.
Am I reading between lines?
Possibly.
Are you expecting?
Possibly.
You are. And how come you haven't said anything?
Because we were waiting. I've been waiting for him to say it.
I didn't say anything.
When are you due?
Oh, really?
When are you due?
Possibly December.
December? Possibly, we don't know.
You haven't.
That's pretty good.
I've had a hot drink this morning. And it's not sitting well in the middle of the morning lately. I did.
But I didn't say anything. I thought, okay, no worries. Kathleen has these bouts with her milk and that sort of thing.
So there was a lot of guessing, reading in between the lines, but eventually they worked it out and they were correct. We were telling them in a very subtle and very non-exciting way that we were pregnant. And then we were faced with, when do we tell Sean's sister Cara, who's also my best friend? So we were trying to think of when we would see them next and how we would do it, because of course I wanted to record the reaction and I didn't want to invade on anyone's personal space or anything like that. So we got Sean's mum to call them up and say, hey, do you want to meet us halfway for a picnic in the park? Which we've never done before, but it's also in the nature of their family and their relationship to do things very spontaneously and randomly like that. So there wasn't much suspicion on their end, although Cara does tell me that they had discussed the possibility of it being for the reason of us telling them something. So we met at the park and the idea was for us to use Isla, our niece, Cara and Ben's daughter, to tell them that we were expecting. So as soon as they got there, we didn't realise that Isla had just woken up from a nap, so she was going to be shy. But I grabbed Isla and I said to her, hey Isla, you know what mummy's got in her tummy? And she's like, yeah baby. I was like, Auntie Kay has one too. Go tell mummy. So she runs over to go tell her, but in the mix of everything, everyone's looking at her, she freezes and doesn't say anything. So instead it's Sean's mum and I trying to encourage Isla to say something. It took a really long time for it to come out, as you'll see from the video, but eventually Cara worked it out. So I'll show you that footage now.
Hello, hello. What do you say to mummy? Isla, come here, Bubba. Come and say something to mummy. Come here, quick. Go up to mummy and give mummy big cuddles and also... Now what do you say to mummy? Say it out loud. What you said? Isla?
Say what? To mummy. Tell mummy. Say anything? No. Isla.
You want
What
to?
does mummy have?
What's in mummy's belly?
Shirley just woke up. Aw. Are you gonna tell mummy? What's in mummy's belly?
What's in here? The keys? Or another you?
Is there a baby in mummy's tummy? Is there a baby? Do you have a baby in your tummy? I wouldn't say it.
Hi, Cookie. Got a pie.
She wants to go and play.
I'd be able to go to a playground.
So obviously Cara took a little while to work it out. Ben says he pretty much gelled on straight away. Then they were telling us that they sort of knew that we were trying without actually us telling them that we were trying, which was crazy to me because I thought we'd kept it pretty secret from them, but I think Cara just knows me too well. So then we'd told all of Sean's immediate family. So next on the list was telling my brother and my grandmother. So we don't have footage that I can show you of telling them, but I can tell you about the experience itself. So we went over the following weekend to telling Sean's family. We went to go visit them. And so we were sitting there having a chat for a little while. It took me a little while to gather up the courage. I had to wait for a lull in conversation. So I grabbed the ultrasound out. So by this point we'd had the ultrasound the week before, we didn't have it yet. So I grabbed the ultrasound out and I kind of like hid it. And I was like, oh, I've got to show you guys something. And I stood up and like walked a bit closer towards where they were. It was a bit tricky because they were sitting opposite ends of the room to each other. And then I pull it out and I hold it up and immediately my brother knew what it was. And he got so excited, so happy and so emotional for us. It was an immediate, oh my God. He came and gave me the biggest hug that lasted, I think, like 2 minutes. And then while he was hugging me, I was still trying to show my grandmother the ultrasound, and she was like kind of trying to work it out, but eventually she did work it out, and then she started crying and she stood up to come give me a hug, but my brother wasn't letting me go. So that was a pretty special moment. They were both super excited and super happy for us. I was not expecting that reaction from them. I was expecting a bit more of a really or a what, really? But they were both very, very excited, and since then my grandmother, my Uma, I call her, she's been super excited and constantly showering me in gifts and things for the baby, and my brother's really excited as well to be an uncle. Then the following weekend was Sean's birthday, so we had family over again, which all knew that we were pregnant. But we thought now's the perfect time to call Sean's, both his like grandma and nan, because they wouldn't think anything of it because it was his birthday. We had his parents with us, so they were able to make the call, so it would be a bit less suspecting or suspicious. So first we called Sean's grandma, who's Carmel, who you would have seen in our gender reveal video with the ring. We called her up and Sean was like, oh hi, how's it going? And then he told her, and I actually have footage of him telling her over the phone. I'll show you that now.
Hi, Grandma. Not bad, yourself?
Pretty good. What did he forget to tell me? Mom.
Kathleen's pregnant.
Goodness gracious me. Am I surprised? No.
Aren't ya?
No, because I knew she wanted one, and I thought, you know, with Cara, you could have, you know, together. So, when's Kathleen due?
January.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
January's a great month to have a baby.
Apparently it is.
All the best people are born in January. I hope to tell you that.
After telling Sean's grandma, we then told his nan. So Sean's mum called her up on FaceTime and we were able to speak to her. And then Sean held up a little onesie that we used for our announcement photos to show her on FaceTime, and that was a good reaction, and we also got a video of that, so I'll show you that one now.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Nan.
Hello.
No, we're down at Sean and Kathleen's for Sean's birthday, which is tomorrow, but we're going out for lunch.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Guess
I
what?
haven't seen you for a while. What's going on?
Guess what?
What? Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I put my glasses on. What's this? Hang on a minute. Oh, what? What? You guys getting babies?
You guys getting babies?
You're kidding me. When's
My mummy got the baby.
No, this is only Kay and Uncle Sean, darling.
When are you expecting that one?
In January.
And then it was really funny because Sean's mate came over because we were all going out for lunch for his birthday, and we were still on FaceTime with his nan, and we were going to tell his mate anyway. And then at the end of the FaceTime, his nan said something about, oh, you know, happy birthday, you're a daddy. And then Matt was like Sean's mate, he was like looking around like, what? Did I hear that right? What? So that's how we told him, which was quite funny. And then after that, we didn't really video anyone else's reactions. We just started telling some friends that we were close to. Then it came to announcing publicly, and our good friend Adelaide, who does photography as a side business, took some photos for us, which you might have seen if you've been following me on Instagram. And we announced to our public circle on Facebook and Instagram, and it felt so weird having that news just completely out in the open. It wasn't our kept secret anymore. It wasn't something that only a few people knew or something that only we controlled who knew. It was out, and I think it was a pretty exciting but also sad moment because it was no longer our secret, and I really enjoyed actually having it as our little secret. So yeah, that was how we told friends and family that we are pregnant We are now almost 26 weeks along. We know that it's a girl if you've seen our gender reveal. If you haven't seen the video of how I found out and how I told Short, then definitely go watch that. That one was an emotional one. And if you haven't watched our gender reveal video, I recommend you go watch that one. Although I think it's pretty obvious what we're having, maybe, I don't know. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and leave a comment down below if you want to hear more about my pregnancy and baby related things. Bye guys, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you are.